Good morning and welcome to Science Times, providing you the newest new science news. Recent discoveries tell us all or most of the platinum, uranium, and your very own gold jewelry comes from binary neutron star collisions in outer space. Humans were able to witness a neutron star collision for the first time on August 17th of 2017.
What is a neutron star?
Well, I'm glad you asked. A neutron star is the result of a supernova with the right side collapsing in on itself. Supernovas with the most mass create a black hole instead. A black hole's gravitational pull is so strong that not even light can escape from it.
But how does the neutron star collision create the elements?
Well, the lighter elements have to be created before the heavier elements can develop. When a star starts out as a nebula, which is an interstellar cloud of gas made up of helium, hydrogen, and other ionized gases, nuclear fusion occurs. Either a low-mass star or a high-mass star can be born. Both of these stars already have the hydrogen and helium as building blocks to make heavier elements. Fusion is what creates these elements. A star's strong nuclear force is stronger than the force it takes to make the element's atoms repel. The nuclei will be at such high temperature that they will be moving rapidly enough to collide. Since there will be more protons in this new nucleus, a different element will be formed. The huge amounts of energy released during fusion is enough to power the star. When a star's strong nuclear force is strong enough, it can create elements heavier than iron, like radioactive cobalt, aluminum, and titanium.
Low-mass stars have less strong nuclear force and can to make nuclei fuse. So the buildup of iron that would eventually kill the star takes longer to form. This means the lower mass star has a longer lifespan than a higher mass star. It also goes through a different life cycle. A low mass star becomes a red giant, planetary nebula, then a white dwarf.
A wife dwarf.
A high mass star becomes a supergiant, supernova, and finally a neutron star. If it has less mass, and a black hole, if it's extremely massive.
And a neutron star's crust is 10 billion times stronger than steel.
So what, did some kid see this in his backyard?
Not quite. You see, we don't actually see it using a telescope. We use a US-based laser interferometer gravitational wave observatory, which detects gravitational waves instead of light. With the LIGO, we observed that the neutron stars started off 200 miles apart from each other, then circled around each other 30 times a second, getting faster and faster each time. When they collided, gamma rays and gravitational waves came off, and that's how we observed it.
Or how do we know that gold, platinum, and uranium were made in the collision?
Well, we can tell what elements are in each star by their absorption and emission spectra, taken by a special instrument called a spectrometer. Emission spectra are only shown for certain types of light and have a dark background with light bands as opposed to a light background and dark bands of an absorption spectrum. Each element absorbs certain frequencies or colors of light. The spectra display these frequencies. To tell what elements are in a star, we can compare the spectrum of an element with the spectrum of a star, and we can see if the bands visible in a certain element spectrum are visible in a certain star spectrum, and if they are, that element is in that star.
We'll see you next Saturday, same time,
same place.
But how does the neutron star create the elements?
Why can't you do one thing?
Hey, I did one thing. You're asking
But
me
how
to
does
do
a neutron star collision create elements?
Can
you say it again, please?
You're asking multiple things.
Just say it.
But how does the neutron star collision create the elements?
Well, the